Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my TV show, Kellyanne TV. When you pop on, say hi. If you're catching the replay, say hi. I'm just making sure that it is working on my computer. Hello, hello, hello. I see a couple of people on. Say hi, let me know so I can see the comments. Make sure I can see the comments so I can put my computer away. Yeah, Jeffrey, what's up? Okay, putting my computer away. It is working. We are cooking with gas. Okay, we are off to see the wizard. The wonderful Wizard of Oz. Because of the wonderful things he does. But, I've spoiler alert. The Wizard of Oz is within you. It's all within you. Hey, Kimberly! It's already within you. So today, we're going to be talking about how to get out of our own way and allow what we desire to be realized. If you see in the title, I spelled realized REEL-IZED. Because I want you to consider that your life is a movie. I want to have you play along with me in this metaphor. Oh, before we go there, I just want to let you know that this Saturday I am facilitating the Rainbow Codes activation to unleash your light. Again, it's already all within you. I'm just going to facilitate and have you move through a process to reconnect with it yourself, to strengthen that connection between yourself and your higher self. So your intuition gets stronger, you have more confidence in taking those next steps when the inspired ideas come through. I'm going to bring you through a process where you can eliminate the inner density, the emotional density, the energetic density, these beliefs, the things that we carry that are no longer serving us, to release it with ease through a process, because we don't need to be processing for hours and months on end. We're here for creation. So back to the movie, the creation of your movie, your life's movie. What are you here to realize? What is it that you desire to realize? What is the inner calling, your heart and your soul drawing forth, wanting to be unleashed within you? So let's look at our life, our body, our mind as the whole process of a movie. So we go to the movie theater and they have the projector, and I don't know if it goes this way, but this is how it happens in my mind. It still has a film. It still has that big roll of film, probably not these days, but remember those big rolls of film? And then as it went through the machine, that's right, Jeff, you are going to be there. I can't wait. It goes through the machine, and then it goes through the projector, right? The film goes through the machine, through the projector, and then onto the screen. Okay. Why don't you take a look at that? The film in our life is our belief systems, the conditioning that's been passed down from our family, from our environment, from society, programs that we've picked up, ways that we've learned how to move through the world. And then it moves through this film, right? These thoughts, these beliefs, these conditionings, these programs move through our body. Our body is the film projector that all of this comes through. It does boop, 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 does what it needs to do through our physical being. We are the vessel in which life is expressed, which in your consciousness, which your energy is expressed. And then it goes out into the movie screen. And the movie screen is your life. Movie screen is what you experience in your relationships, your reality around your money, your love, your interactions, how you are in the world, how the world interacts with you, how you respond. Okay, so you follow me so far? You guys picking up what I'm putting down? Okay, so now here's the deal. We're growing up right? We come into these bodies as little babies, these brilliant, bright souls come into these physical bodies, and we're pure, we are brilliant, but we have to go through this growth process. And through this growth process, what gets passed down to us is the conditioning and the beliefs and the limitations from our family, right? From our environment, from our family unit, right? We get put into schools where we're limited and we're needing to conform, and we have to think a certain way, we have to act a certain way, we have to like behave, right? And luckily schools are starting to expand now so that kids are more held and supported in exploring who they are and their creativity. All right, so we come into this world, and then we are conditioned, we are programmed, we are condensed, we are limited, right? We learn by example. We learn by what we hear our families say, what our parents talk about. Money doesn't grow on trees. There's starving kids in Africa. The things that they feel about people with money, we hear, right? The worries, the fears that they have about money, we hear, we pick up, because we don't have the emotional and intellect to understand really that it's just about them and their story and their film that they're running. We take it on as our own. We take it on as our own stories. We develop beliefs within us that we start running through our film, through our movie, about what life is, about what money is, about what love is, about what relationship is, about what health is and means. And so what we do is we do the best that we can to make sure that we continue to belong, that we continue to be a part of the family unit, part of the tribe. Right? But there's still that brilliant light that we came into this world with inside, that knows the divinity that we are, that knows the pure essence that we are, that knows that we are way more than this physical body or this film machine that we're projecting our life through. So we move on with this in our lives, and we have experience, we have events. Right? There's drama, there's trauma, there's pain, there's loss, there's grief, there's betrayal, there's heartbreak, there's pain. But because we, again, don't have the full-on intellect or the understanding of what's going on, we just start to continue to build on those beliefs about what life is, or what life means, or, what it means. We've been through trauma, then maybe we're not important, or we're not worthy, or maybe we start to believe that we're too much. Our parents are stressed out and they're telling us to be quiet, or I don't know about you guys, but I was told to go play in traffic. And then we start to develop these beliefs that, we're unlovable, there's something wrong with us, right? If we're not learning the ways that other kids are learning, if we're not excelling the same way kids are learning, or, if we just think differently, we just have more of a creative mind versus like an analytical mind, we start to develop these beliefs that there's something wrong with us. And then so, it's like we just keep trapping ourselves inside this body. And then what we start to see in our world is a reflection of that. We start to come across people who break our hearts, right? I don't know, you guys have the patterns of the same heartbreak over and over again, just a different person, or the same pain, or you get up to a certain level of financial space and then you lose it, right? Or you just can't quite get past that barrier. Or you want to express, you want to change your life, you want to move out and, be on your own, or own the house, or do something different than your family has ever done. And what happens is that those beliefs that we stored, so that film goes in, and then we say, oh man, I don't want that trauma or that pain to happen again. So we store it. We store it in our body. Store it in our hips, in our legs, in our gut, in our heart, in our back, in our shoulders, right? When we have physical pain and even emotional pain, right? Depression and anxiety, that's actually a discord of energy. There's this energy that is trapped, it's stuck, it's holding a belief or a limitation or a fear that hasn't been processed. And we hang on to these things because we want to make sure that, all right, that hurt. That thing friggin' hurt, and I want to make sure that doesn't happen again. So I'm just going to store it right here. or or you didn't have the capacity to process something, so you just stuffed it in and you stored it. Then as we go through life and we want to expand more of who we are, we want that inner light. We want that inner essence to have a fuller expression. We want to have more of life experiences beyond what our family has had, beyond what our surroundings have had. We want to, break through and have more and better and do different. But there's those parts of us that still want to belong to the tribe, that still don't want to feel abandoned, that don't want another person to feel bad about themselves when they see that we're happy and we're healthy and we're doing well. So we subconsciously keep ourselves limited. We create our own chaos. We create our own distractions. We let ourselves get drawn into drama to take ourselves off course for what it is that we really want to project onto our reality and allow to magnetize into our experiences. And so, but it gets to a point in life where it's just like the movie that you're watching, you just don't want to watch it anymore. You just what's happening, the characters that keep coming in, the patterns that keep playing out, the cycles that keep repeating, right? The expansion and the contraction that keeps happening, the expansion and the contraction, the expansion and the contraction. What would it be like to expand and sustain that expansion? What would it be like to have the relationship beyond anything that you've ever seen around you before, but know deep in your heart and soul that that's what you desire? What would it be like to break beyond the family cycle of health issues or weight issues or limitations in, what is available as far as perhaps running your own business versus a corporate job, or actually splurging on that really nice car that you want to have? What would it be like to go beyond the limitations that have been put upon you? We've got to stop. Here's where we start. So we got to stop running other people's movies through our movie projector. We've got to stop. First of all, it becomes awareness. Like what you'll know, because our bodies are they're just perfectly made. So when we start to have aches, pains, illnesses, muscle tightness, back pain, right? Illness in your gut, malfunctions in the operation of the way that your system works. Because I don't believe that anything is hereditary. We are our own complete system. And how we operate it is by, depending on what we put in, not only the thoughts and the beliefs, but what we take in from the collective consciousness, what we feed ourselves with the people around us in our lives, what we take in by what we read and what we watch. And also on the physical level. This is like, my body, we've got to treat it like it's a Mercedes Benz. I'm not going to put low-grade gasoline in it, right? I'm not going to be feeding it junk food, junk thoughts, right? So not only on the energetic and emotional and mental level, but also the physical level, what is coming in. So we've got to stop. You got to be aware. And how are you aware? What's going on in my body? How am I feeling? Where are my emotions? That is the signal that there's some movie reel, some film that's coming in that is not for your life's movie. So it's how do I feel? And so when you start coming up against these things where you're like, you're frustrated, you want to go to the next level, you want to have a different movie experience, you got to tune into your body. What's going on in my body? Where am I feeling this? What does my heart really want? What does my soul really crave? Right? Because then what it does is then instead of just subconsciously taking in the reality that is, you start to question it and you start to explore and you start to ask yourself. Rather than living by default, you live by creation. You start to be the movie director, the writer, the editor, right? And you start deciding the actors that come in rather than playing by default. So we know by our body. So this is where it's like we can have things happening in our life, but if we're only trying to resolve them in the mind, that's where it stops. That's where it stops. And then everything and anything that we've held in our body, the subconscious fears, the subconscious beliefs, the limitations, when that film tries to come in, right? When that new energy, that new written story and experience that tries to come in hits up against something, that's when we create chaos in our life. That's when we create drama. That's when we, it's like everything is happening. When you start to take 100% responsibility for what is happening in your life, you are truly empowered to start rewriting your own script and allowing things to change in front of you. But here's why. Here's one of the reasons why that people are afraid to rewrite that script is because, I spoke on it a little bit before, is like, afraid of what others will think about us when we're living happy, free, abundant, healthy lives. Right? And then underneath that sometimes is guilt, shame, worried that if we actually go on and live our life and write that script that we want, that the tribe that we've grown up with, the tribe that we've surrounded ourselves with, will no longer be there. We'll be abandoned, we'll be left, we'll be ostracized. But here's another secret. Everybody has the capability and capacity to make their own decisions and their own choices to be the writer of their own script. Us keeping ourselves limited and small serves nobody. Nobody. It serves nobody. And so when you start to write your own script and you start to go beyond and you start to actually be the example of other possibilities, there's a really good chance that the people in your life are going to come along. They're going to be inspired. They're going to be motivated. How did you do that? What are you doing? I want to know your secrets. Right? And some people, it's just not in their path. It's not, having more or better is not part of their path. And so I encourage you that as you start to explore your heart and your soul and your body about what it is that you really want for yourself, to go a little bit deeper and, explore, what am I really afraid of? What am I really afraid of? And then ask yourself, is it true? Is it true? Because so often we take what we're afraid of to be the truth. But those fears that you come up against, you can rewrite those too. So rather than being afraid that people will leave you behind or you no longer will fit into your friend group or your family group, or your family will reject you because you're not living the way that you're supposed to be living, or whatever the stories are, like rewrite them. Rewrite them. And so it's like, and so going back to like the body, so the stories that we have about the fear or abandonment or whatever guilt, shame that we hold in our body, like I said earlier, they hold energy as well. So when you go into your body and you find where you're holding that story, it's like, rather than, because a lot of times it like when I'm working with clients and we identify the spaces in their body where they're holding these things, it could feel scary, and that's why they haven't done it on their own. That's why we push it down. It's because it feels too scary. But I want you to realize is that just as you wrote that fear story, you can rewrite the success story, the freedom story, the liberation story, the unleashing your light story. You can rewrite it. So when you find it in your body, you just use your breath to work with it and you talk to it. You just talk to the sensation that you're feeling and you be present with it. Just like if a friend was having a hard time and they came to you for some support, you've got to do this with your body. So to be integrating these new scripts, these new stories, these new next level experiences into our lives, we've got to go through beyond our mind. We can't just process it in our mind without having it run through our body so that it can be projected out into the reality of our life movie. Okay? What happens is that people get stuck because they're trying to change the movie. They're trying to change the person in their movie. They're trying to change how they behave. They're trying to change how they're the boss or the client. They're trying to change the bank account. They're trying to change just the food without focusing on the body, without going within, without exploring that inner script. So remember, it starts within you and then it gets projected out into the movie. It starts with the film, in through your mind, in through your body, process, 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 and here's the movie. Yeah, yeah, jazz hands. Woo, woo, right? So if you find yourself trying to change the thing outside of you, oh, if they would just accept me, if they would just love me, if they would just respect me, if they would just do this, that, and the other thing, if my bank account would just change, if I just had the different living experience, then I could be happy. If I just had that relationship, then I could be happy. Then I could be doing work I love or whatever. It's the other way around. That's the cosmic joke, is that it's the other way around. It's the inner game. This fires me up so much. So I think that's all I have to say today, but I'm going to check on your comments. Hello, hello, hello. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, head. That's great, Jeff. Right. Yeah. So we're going to go a little bit further and deeper into this in the Rainbow Codes Unleash Your Light activation on Saturday. And, it, again, as I started this video, it doesn't have to be a long process. I'm going to show you how to go into your system and work with some of the things that are, that are there that you haven't maybe been able to get in touch with, or something that's just right there and you're just so frustrated. You've been frustrated it and you just haven't been able to get beyond it. I'm going to guide you through. I'm going to, give you a process that you're going to be able to use, moving forward. And because every time we go through these next level experiences, we unveil these layers, these other layers or limitations that come to the surface. And you're gonna have access to the replay forever. And I think that's all I have to say about that. I wish they had fireworks on here. I know, right? A little fireworks emoji. That would be awesome. I like that. Yeah. All right. So if you guys have any questions, I'm going to sign off. If you have any, I'll leave the link below to register for the activation on Saturday. And, just come with something that you're just ready to move beyond, or if there's something like you just know that there's a next level that you haven't been able to get to and you're ready just to get to it, come and join us and be inside this alchemy. And, my mission with all of the work that I do is just to remind you that, what you seek is already within you, and to guide you through facilitation. I've been doing energy work for nearly 20 years now, and the evolution of it has expanded just like every iteration of the new cell phone or the new computer. Remember those big computers that we started with? Right? I mean, even films now, even movie theaters, they probably don't do the real things. There's probably some kind of digital expression. It's the same thing that happens with us. It's the same thing that we get to work with energy and consciousness. And it's been my life's work. So I've just always found the most fast, effective way through. And I want to share it all with you so that you are empowered to be writing the new script and allowing what you desire to be realized. Talk to you soon.